live in Toronto and I'm an artist. I am a graphic designer, an illustrator, and I run an online store called Boring Friends. I've only been drawing for 5 years and change at this point. Like, it's still a pretty new thing for me. Like, I've been doing the graphic design stuff for ages, but it was something I was able to do like on a computer, like, you know, turning shapes into more shapes or whatever, or just working with type. And I always just kind of assumed that I wasn't someone who could draw and that wouldn't be part of my skill set because I was not born with that ability, and so I'll never have that ability. It turns out it's just a thing you can learn. You can just get a book and it'll outline it like pretty clearly how you can learn to draw. Follow some steps and like practice a lot, and you can learn to draw even if you're born with bad drawing hands like me. When something sort of taps into your brain in that way and it's something that you enjoy doing, it doesn't really feel like I'm having to go to the gym or do a chore or something. I just kind of want to sit down and make art and draw and see what direction I can take my style or my work into, and just see what something from my head can turn into. I think that a lot of people who are actively participating in art constantly probably feel some degree of an imposter syndrome of some kind, where, you know, maybe they have to have a certain level of accomplishment to do it, or they have to have gone to a certain school, or they have to have made a certain type of whatever, or they have to be proficient in some sort of way to be an artist in the first place. So I think a lot of people maybe just don't feel like they're qualified, or they didn't get their art license. And then maybe on the other side of it too, like, I think there's a lot of things about our culture that say art is only for fun. Like, that should be like your side thing. It's not really like your serious thing, right? Like, you're gonna go back to accounting school, right? You're not gonna like do this art thing. No hate on accountants. They do a lot of stuff that I can't do it. I think there's sort of this tendency to feel like if you're taking your art seriously, then your life isn't serious. I think a lot of people would argue that it's like a very important path and a very important part of what it is to just be a human on this earth, is to like make art and to fill the world with it. And if everyone just decided to pursue careers that make the most money, then we would have a world that's like kind of bleak and gray.